Hey, what's up guys? In this video, I'm gonna show you how we can use a really cool tool as front-end developers called Headless UI. So what is Headless UI? Basically, it is a fully accessible UI component library that is designed to work with Tailwind CSS. So this is what we're gonna be building, this cool little drop-down menu right there. So, and this is in React.js. Normally in React, you would need to use like the use state hook and functional components or some sort of state to manage the drop-down of your menu. But this is handled underneath the hood in Headless UI. So there's a lot of really cool things you can build with Headless UI. It's designed for React and Vue, and it works perfectly with Tailwind. It's designed to be used with Tailwind CSS, in fact. So we're going to be focusing on this drop down right here, but there's a lot of really things you can do. I encourage you to check all these things out. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to do the drop-down menu, and we're also going to do some extra customizing so you can use it over here on the side and any other spot in your menu. And I'm going to show you how to customize it completely. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, you guys, here we are in VS Code. All I've done is create a basic React application, and I've started up my development server. So I'm using Yarn. You can use NPM if you want to. It doesn't really matter. So as you can see, my development server is running. Now, first off, what I want to do is just to clear some things up a bit so it's easier to read. I'm going to delete some files. So the app.css, go ahead and select that. The app.test, the logo, report web vitals, and the setup test. I'm going to delete those. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm just going to make this a little bit easier to read for all of us. So it's going to give us some errors. That's cool. Don't worry about it. Let's go into the index.js and we'll take care of those errors. Just got to remove the report web vitals there. And that is it for the index.js. We're done with that. Now for app.js, let's delete all this boilerplate code. We're not going to need any of that. And then we don't even have to do this, but I'm just going to import React from React. Okay. Now, what I want to do first is let's go ahead and install Tailwind CSS. So let's cruise on over to Tailwind, right? Go to tailwindcss.com. So let's go ahead and click get started, and we're using React framework. So let's click the framework guide, and there is React right there. So first it wants us to create a React application. We've already done that. So let's go ahead to the next step. Now I'm using Yarn, and I'm going to leave out that D there. So, and let's go ahead and open up another server here, or another terminal. And I'm going to say yarn add, and let's go ahead and install that. Then next we're going to grab this npx Tailwind CSS init. And by the way, npx is different than npm, so just throwing that out there, you guys. So what that command is going to do is install our tailwind.config file, right? And we need to paste something inside of this content array. That is the next step, right? So we need to just paste this line right there, and we're just going to paste that inside of the array. And that is all we need to do in the tailwind.config file. So we can close that. The next step is to add our directives here to our index.css file. Let's open index.css, and we're just going to replace all that customs, or just the boilerplate styling and from create React app. So I'm going to be using a black background. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that right now in the body. I'm going to say background color black, like so. Okay, and that's all we need to do for Tailwind. So for the creating of Tailwind, but we do need to restart our server, otherwise Tailwind won't be working properly. So let's go ahead and next create our navbar component here. So I'm just going to create this inside of my source folder. Okay, RAFCE is going to generate our functional component. So let's go in here and import that navbar. There we got an option to auto import. If not, just make sure you manually import it at the top. And so we have some text in here. You can't see it because it's black. So let's go ahead and add in some styling in here using Tailwind. So let's give it a class name, right? I'm going to say width full, which is the equivalent of saying a width of 100%. And I'm just going to say text white so we can actually see what we're doing here. So we should see some text in here. There we go. Where is it at? Oh, wait, well, server hasn't been started back up yet. There we go. And I'm just going to say React right there. It's going to be my little logo. So now we see it. There we go. So width is full, which is 100%. And next, what I want to say is give it a height of, I'm going to say H20, which is 80 pixels, it's 5 rem. And we're going to display this as flex, then justify between, and we'll say items center, okay? And then I'm going to say PX8 to just give it a 2 rem padding on the sides, okay? So that's what we want right there. Now for this H1, I'm going to give it some sizing. I'm going to say text 3XL, font bold. That's actually a little bit big. I might drop that down a little bit. I'm going to say 2. Then I had a really cool color I'm going to copy in for you guys. This is actually part of a larger build that I'm doing. I just wanted to share how we can use Headless UI. I thought it was really cool. I thought I'd make a really quick video. It's going to be a short one. So this is what we're doing right there. Perfect. That's what we like. Now, next, let's go ahead and have our owner list here. And we want this to display as, we want it flex, and we'll say items center there. Now for our LI, we're going to have, I'm going to go back here. We're going to say services, and then what do I say here? Services, banking company, then resources. Okay. So let's just copy this down. We're going to have services and then banking company and then resources. Perfect. Now we don't need this last one. And this one right here, I'm going to delete that, right? So go ahead and give that a save. Now let's go ahead, and this is a really cool trick, you guys. I'm going to hold down the Alt button here so I can, oh, damn it. I'm going to hold down the Alt button so I can select multiple lines to type on. And this saves a lot of time. So notice how we can type on multiple lines. And what I'm going to say is PX4. You guys have probably heard of that already, but in case you haven't, now you know. So inside of this list item, right, we're going to start using our Headless UI dependency. So let's cruise on over to headlessui.dev, okay? And like I said, a lot of really cool things you can use from React and Vue. Obviously, we're using React.js for this tutorial, and we're going to focus on this drop down right there. So here it is. This is what we're going to be creating, something very similar to that. So, and what's really cool about Headless UI, like I said, it is fully accessible. So we're not going to be having to use like the use state or anything like that. And also a good thing, it is completely unstyled, right? So it just allows for so much flexibility in your projects. So you can basically style it however you want. So what I want to do is grab this yarn add, right? So I'm going to go ahead and install. Let's have a look, and look in the, where is it? There it is, hovering right over it. So Headless UI has been installed. That's what I wanted to look for right there. Now we could just copy this in, but we'd have to add in all our custom styling, which I'm going to show you how to do. But what I first want to show you how to do is use a styled Tailwind component. So go to tailwindui.com, not Tailwind CSS, but tailwindui.com. It is Tailwind CSS, but what I want to do is go over here, and this has some really cool things. So a lot of these are, most of these are paid. You have to pay, it's like a few $100 for the year. But what I'm going to do is grab some of their free ones, right? So I'm going to go down here to the bottom. This one right here is a button, right? Oh, not button groups. This is drop down right there. So this is what I want to use. And so like I see, this first one is free. It lets you have access to the code. But once you scroll down, you get into a little more intricate. It wants you to sign up for the membership, but I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to use the second one to have these little dividers there. So let's go into the code, right? And I'm just going to highlight that from menu all the way down to menu, okay? And we're gonna paste this inside of the list item. But we're gonna get tons of errors because it's using things like hero icons and it's imported things, a lot of things that we don't have. So that's fine. What we need to do, let's address these problems. Menu's not defined. So what we need to do is import menu, and menu is actually from Headless UI. So we'll say from Headless UI React, okay? And it's also gonna be looking for the transition. So let's put that in there. Transition is really, really cool. I'm gonna show you how to use it. You don't have to use it if you don't like to, but it's super awesome. I'm gonna show you how to use that. So it also wants this fragment. So let's go ahead and import fragment. And I'm gonna show you what all of this stuff is, you guys. So fragment, and then it's also using, it's using the hero icons. So let's import. We'll say import, and it's using the chevron down icon. There we go. And it is from hero icons / React, and we're gonna have to say /solid for this one, I believe. Now class names is not defined. We need to add in so this is a function that we need to use. So if you look at this first one, whenever we drop down, I'm not sure if you can see it on the screen, but you get a real faint gray as we hover over all these, except for this one. This one's disabled. And I'll show you how to disable links as well. So what we need to do to use that is scroll up to the top here. And that's just a really cool feature that Tailwind's giving us right there. So I'm just going to copy that and paste it in here at the top. Boom, there we go. So let's see if we have any errors. I think we still need to install our hero icons. So let's install that. I'm going to say yarn add, and then I think it's just at hero icons / React. I don't think there's a dash in there. We'll see if this is working for you guys. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So that is what we want. Boom. There we go. So now it should work right off the bat. So let's just go ahead and click that. Dude, that is, let's open this up. That is awesome right there, you guys. Check that out. So that's how easy it is to install a button with this a Tailwind UI component using Headless UI. So they are both integrated with one another, and that's how easy it is. You can just go in here and set up your links. For example, the options, and you can change all this. So this is options, or we could say something like account, and that'll switch that right there, and that is in the menu button. So if we go to Headless UI, how it breaks down, let's see how we can show you here. How it breaks down has is surrounded by a menu, right? And I'm going to show you how to do this. In fact, let's just go ahead and create one from scratch, okay? So let's go in here. I'm going to show you how to create this from scratch with Headless UI without the Tailwind UI component. So let's go into, say, this services, just like we want to have a little drop down, very similar. Let's create that right now. So let's go into our services, right? And I'm just going to actually delete the services. So this is going to be inside the list item element here. And what I want to say, so Headless UI wraps everything in a menu. It's going to be capitalized, just like so, okay? Now in our menu, it's going to have the menu button. And so it's menu.button. There we go. And inside here is what we want our text to be, just where it says account. So for in this case, I'm going to say services. And what I want to have in services here are these two links on here, right? And also right here, when we put services, we don't have to wrap this in a P tag or an A tag or anything like that. We simply put some text in there. So after just under the menu.button, what we want to do next is, we don't have to do this, but I'm going to add in the transition. So I'm going to throw that down there, and I'm just going to paste in the same transition properties as the Tailwind UI component, Jared, just for simplicity. Feel free, if you want to get creative with it and customize it, that's awesome. But I'm just going to paste those in there for the sake of this video. Now, underneath, actually wrapped within the transition, okay, we need this wrapped in transition. What we're going to have is menu.items, okay, and then in here we're going to have a menu.item. This needs to be capitalized. There we go. So what we want to say, and we have to wrap this part in a P tag here, or an A tag. I'm just going to use a P tag here for companies. So now we should see this in here. We don't have anything styled, so there you go. It looks kind of funky, but you can see the actual JavaScript under the hood is actually working. So that's really, really awesome, you guys. By the way, smash the like button if you're getting some value out of this. If you're learning how to use Headless UI for the first time, smash the like button. Really, really awesome stuff we can do here. So, okay, how do we get this thing all styled up? So for this, I'm actually going to copy this over for just for simplicity's sake here. So for our menu, I'm going to throw this in here, and we need to add as, then in quotes here, div. Otherwise, it won't be working properly. Similarly, how we use the as fragment here in the transition. So now we have that. Let's go on, and for our menu button, we actually don't need to. I'm not going to style that for this here. In fact, I don't want a border or anything like that. So I'm just going to leave that as is. Now for the menu items, let's style that. So the menu items you can kind of think of as the actual drop down. So this is the menu items. Everything is wrapped inside that. So let's grab the menu items like so. So I'm just going to copy all of that. I'm actually going to delete a lot of it. Or we're going to delete part of that. So let's go up to our menu items, okay? And this is the class name. I'm just going to paste that in there. So right here next to the divide, I'm going to leave the divide, but this opacity 5, the ring black, all that. I'm just going to delete all that. There we go. Perfect. So go ahead and save. That's going to format everything nicely for us. Now, next, what we want to do, we need to add some more styles. And what I want to add in here to get this hover effect, right, we're going to have to add an arrow function in here. So, and it's all configured with Headless UI. So don't worry, it's super easy. So instead of, I'm going to just replace this P tag. In fact, I'm just going to cut it, right? So inside the menu item, what I'm going to say is, what it's going to be is open up some brackets here so we can use some JavaScript. And it's actually going to be an arrow function, and it's going to output the P tag. So in here, inside of our arrow function, it's going to take in, I believe, an active. Let's see here. So basically, we could just copy this. So in fact, let's just copy that, right? Just to make it easy. So I'm just going to copy that right there. I don't know why I was going to write it all out for you. So I'm just going to paste that in right there. And in here, we can just say for companies, because I want it to say for companies and then also for investors, right? So let's copy that down. So for companies or investors. So next I'll say companies or investors, and let's see how it looks. Boom. So I went this. So over here it looks great, right? Since on the far right of the screen. Over here we want it to be positioned on the left. So let's cruise up to our menu items, right? Because remember, this box is the actual menu items. So origin top right, absolute right 0. This is what we need to fix. We just need to change that simply to left -0. Boom, there you go. So that is how you use, that's how you kind of customize some styling. So I just noticed whenever we hover here, you see those square little edges. That's a bit ugly. That's not what we want. So how do we fix that to where like this button over here, we don't have that on the edges. So what we can do for that, I wish I could leave that so we can see what we're doing. So what we can do for that, we're just wrap the menu items, sorry, the menu item, but all of them, within the menu items. I'm just create a div, and I'm just going to give this a class name of py1, and what that is saying is padding on the y-axis up and down of 1, which is 0.25 rem, and all of our menu items within the menu items block, I'm just going to move that up one. I just held the Alt button and just press the up arrow, and that moves it all up together at the same time. And what that is within this py-1. So now there's just a little bit of padding, as you can see. So let's put this up full screen here. Boom, there we go. Really, really awesome stuff here. We have the account that we brought in from Tailwind UI, already pre-styled. We just copied everything over. That's how easy you can get started using Headless UI and Tailwind CSS, you guys. So easy. We save so much time opposed to writing all this use state and all this custom CSS. So that's how easy that is. And then we just did a little quick customization so we can use a drop down over here, and we just copied all the same styles. So that's how easy it is, you guys. Smash the like button if you got some value. I hope you did. And real quick, if you want to see how we add this, like see that delete, if you want to make one of these buttons here disabled, all you have to do is, let's go into our code here. I'm going to drop that down a little bit. Let's go into our code. Let's find that delete. If we want, for example, this delete right there, let's go down and find delete. Now in this menu.item, all you have to say, I believe, is just disabled. And let's see, that's just a Boolean value. So yeah, there you go. So now you see when we hover over it, you still click it, but nothing happens. We hover over everything else, you get the background, and stuff happens when we click on it. So I'm going to bring this open just to recap what we did. So basically, we wrap Headless UI for our drop-down menu. We wrap everything in a menu, right? And then we have the menu button, which is the text or an actual button. And then you're going to have the transition. Now, you don't have to have the transition, but it's a really cool feature to have. If you are going to use the transition, make sure you wrap the remaining elements inside the transition. So we have within the transition, we have the menu.items, and then within the menu.items, we have the singular menu.item there. And if you want to have that hover effect, make sure you just copy over that little arrow function. And this is really cool trick that I didn't know. So basically we're using just a ternary operator, right? So basically we're checking to see if this is active. And if it is true, we're going to display the background gray, the text gray. Else, we're going to just display text gray 100. But what this comma does, after the comma, we can add in some more styling. And basically that says, apply this here to whether it is true or false, just apply it to both. So really cool feature I didn't even know about. So learning stuff every day. Thanks for following along, you guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. Helps the YouTube algorithm. I'm trying to grow the channel here. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be putting out some more React content just like this in the near future. In fact, this is kind of like a prelude to the next video I'm fixing to drop. So thanks for watching, you guys. Smash the like button, and I'll see you on the next one.